Like and subscribe now, or you're gonna have bad luck this week.
Oh!
Being a star in Hollywood sure has its advantages, but it also has disadvantages. It is not easy being a star in Hollywood. How much more being a child star? If the older ones cannot handle the pressure, how do we expect these kids to handle it any better? If the older ones cannot handle the pressure, these are 10 famous child actors who spiraled out of control and ruined their careers. What went wrong and where are they today? Remember to hit the like button, subscribe, and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos. Number 10. Lindsay Lohan. Definitely not new to being in the spotlight, Lindsay Lohan started as a fashion model at the tender age of 3. She later went on to make her movie debut at the age of 11, when she starred as the twins in Disney's remake of The Parent Trap. Lohan also starred in 2003's Freaky Friday and 2004's Mean Girls, which boosted her to become a household name and an actress of great acclaim. Stardom, however, it would seem, didn't favor her, as she became a target for the tabloids and paparazzi. She also fueled it with her loud presence in the New York nightclub scene. 2006 was not a good year for Lindsay. She was arrested for driving under the influence of alcohol, forced to attend anonymous alcoholics meetings, arrested for possession of cocaine and for driving without a license, and spent 30 days in rehab. The next year was not easier either. Neither were the years to come. In 2007, Lohan checked into rehab as required by her recent sentencing. When she was released, Lohan reportedly said that she wanted to stay sober and out of Los Angeles. After managing to stay clear of the press for a few years, she reappeared after being sentenced to 90 days in jail for missing a DUI hearing. In 2011, she was charged with the theft of a necklace from a jewelry store. In recent times, she managed to stay off the tabloids. Apart from when she was bitten by a snake in Thailand in 2017, her current projects include the Lohan Beach House in Mykonos, Greece, and a club in Rhodes. Lohan will always be proof that talent is not enough for success in Hollywood. Because we cannot deny it, the girl was indeed talented. Number 9. Amanda Bynes. Very much like Lindsay Lohan, Amanda Bynes also won the hearts of many at a very young age. She had her first commercial spot at age 7, before moving on to stage productions of beloved Broadway musicals like Annie, The Secret Garden, and The Sound of Music. She also landed a big role in Nickelodeon's TV series All That, and she also hosted her own program, The Amanda Show, at the same time. She began to grow in leaps and bounds, starring as Holly in the WB sitcom What I Like About You, and a recurring role in the Rugrats TV series. She also starred in the romantic comedy She's the Man and the musical comedy Hairspray. Despite all the successes, though, it would seem that the fame went to her head, and soon she was headlining the tabloids for all the wrong reasons. Bynes was arrested in 2012 after she collided with a police vehicle under the influence of drugs. She was subsequently involved in other hit-and-run accidents until she eventually had her license suspended. Arrested on the grounds of drug abuse in her apartment in 2013, Bynes went into psychiatric rehab after she reportedly started a fire in a residential area. After a brief reprieve, she got her license back, and things were looking a bit brighter. But then she was charged with driving under the influence again and was sent back to rehab in 2014. At this stage, her career as an actor had definitely gone off the rails due to her bad publicity. Fortunately, she has managed to regain control of her finances and other areas of her life. She has taken some time off the tabloids and paparazzi to focus on family and mend broken fences. She has also shown an interest in fashion designing. People magazine reported in 2018 that Bynes was in a happy and healthy place in her life, and we hope she remains there. Number 8. Aaron Carter. The brother of Backstreet Boys' Nick Carter, Aaron followed in his brother's footsteps. At the age of 7, he was already the lead singer of a band, and soon started off his solo career with the release of his first single, Crush on You. 1997 saw the release of his debut solo album, which was a massive hit. His sophomore album was released in 2000 and got triple platinum certifications. The popularity he gained from his music allowed him to star in TV shows like Sabrina the Teenage Witch and Lizzie McGuire. But, as is almost always the case, something went wrong. In 2008, Aaron was arrested for speeding and was charged for possession of marijuana. In 2009, Aaron competed in the celebrity reality dance show Dancing with the Stars. Unfortunately, his stage fright led him to become addicted to Xanax, which he took to help him with his anxiety. 3 years down the line, he was still addicted to the drug and was forced in rehab by his brother Nick and their mother. He finally got sober in 2012, but by then, he was neck-deep in debt due to his excessive spending and indulgence in luxury items. He filed for bankruptcy in 2013 to clear his massive debt of $3.5 million US. Fortunately, he is now clean and financially stable. Number 7. Russell Horning. Popularly known as the Backpack Kid, Russell Horning is known for popularizing the floss dance. He became an overnight celebrity after he did the dance on Saturday Night Live in 2016. He also starred in Katy Perry's music video. In 2018, his mother Anita Red filed a lawsuit on behalf of Russell against Fortnite creators alleging a breach of copyright for including Russell's signature dance move. This did not go down well with the fans, as they took to social media and made fun, saying they'll sue Epic Games for using piñatas in the name of all Mexican people. Now that sure hurts. Number 6. Britney Spears. Britney Spears is famous for having her face on the tabloids for all the wrong reasons. She initially starred in the all-new Mickey Mouse Club before her music career kicked off in 1995. Hers is a classic tale of good girl gone bad, which can be seen in the transition from Baby One More Time to I'm a Slave for You. Spears married a childhood friend in 2004. However, the marriage was annulled within a few days. A few months down the line, she married her backup dancer, Kevin Federline, who had left his pregnant girlfriend to be with Spears. Spears gave birth to their first child later in 2005. In 2006, she was caught driving with her son on her lap, which led to concerns about her responsibility as a parent. She was also accused of sending horrible messages to her fans, despite her excuses that she was only trying to get away from paparazzi. 2 months after filing for divorce from her husband, she gave birth to their second son. Then she began clubbing so much that she was reportedly checking in and out of rehabilitation centers. She did it again in 2007. Then she broke the internet when she shaved her head before checking into a treatment center. She was later charged with a hit-and-run parking lot incident and spent some time in the hospital for psychiatric evaluation before making a triumphant return. She released her next album, Circus, in 2008, which topped the charts and marked the beginning of her comeback. She also became a judge on the popular singing show The X Factor. It would seem like Spears has fully recovered, as she successfully embarked on her #PeaceOfMe tour. Number 5. Justin Bieber. Justin Bieber would be known as the very first YouTube sensation who became mainstream famous. He was the youngest child celeb to be selling out big arenas. He became one of the most significant singing sensations in the world at the tender age of 13. But he soon let the fame get to his head, and he was charged for rash driving, spitting on his neighbor and threatening him, urinating in public, and talking trash about former presidents. He was arrested driving under the influence and drag racing in 2014, and was found to be in debt for millions due to his extravagant spending. There was a time when this beloved celebrity became hated worldwide, but Bieber fought back and made a comeback with some amazing hits and proved that he's here to stay. Number 4. Drew Barrymore. At the age of 6, Drew Barrymore landed a major role in the blockbuster E.T. the Extraterrestrial. Her career took an explosive turn in the 1990s, as she starred in movies such as Poison Ivy, Gun Crazy, and Bad Girls and Boys on the Side. She also went on to star in low-budget movies like The Wedding Singer, Ever After: A Cinderella Story, Never Been Kissed, and Confessions of a Dangerous Mind. With all these under her belt, she was one of the most talented actresses of her generation. But it wasn't all smooth sailing as it may seem. When she was just 9 years old, her mother took her to nightclubs due to the absence of her alcoholic father. During this time, she got hooked on drugs and alcohol, and at 13 years, she attacked her mother in an attempt to throw her out of her house. This led to a stint in rehab. She returned to rehab after she tried to commit suicide, after which she returned home completely sober. She took a turn for the worse at age 19 when she posed naked for Playboy magazine. After the magazine release, she received a quilt and a note from her old friend Steven Spielberg, telling her to cover up. The message was also accompanied by photoshopped images from the magazine, which had been edited to have clothes on them. This prompted her journey to sanity. She has gone on to have a successful life in Hollywood as an actress and producer. Number 3. Shia LaBeouf. Shia LaBeouf shot to mainstream fame for his starring role in the Transformers movies as Sam Witwicky. He was born in 1986 and suffered mental and verbal abuse by his father, a Vietnam veteran. As a coping mechanism, he started performing stand-up comedy in clubs when he was 10. describing the contents of his act as a 50-year-old mouth on a 10-year-old kid. The year 2000 saw LaBeouf cast as Louis Stevens on Disney's TV show Even Stevens. He later went on to star in the 2003 movie titled Holes. 2 years later, he was charged with assault after he threatened his neighbor, who was blocking his path to the garage. In 2007, he was arrested for criminal trespassing after refusing to leave a Walgreens drugstore after he was kicked out by a security guard. The next year, he was charged with unlawful smoking and failed to appear at his court date. He was issued a warrant and ended up paying a heavy fine. He was also involved in a car accident where his hand was crushed, and he had to have 3 surgeries. He was charged with a DUI and had his license revoked for a year. As if that was not enough, in 2013, LaBeouf was accused of plagiarism involving 3 graphic novels he had created. Number 2. Miley Cyrus. If there is one person who is extremely lucky to still be relevant in the industry after more than one wrecking ball, it is Miley Cyrus. With her starring role as Hannah Montana on the Disney Channel, Miley became an overnight sensation, garnering fans all over the world. She was on the fast rise to success in both her singing and acting career. She had numerous chart-topping triple platinum albums. With sold-out concerts and a rise to fame unlike any other Disney star before her, the pressure of maintaining the good girl image that Disney wanted didn't seem to go down well with her. She rose quite a few eyebrows with her explicit performance at the 2013 VMAs, as she showed a side that no one could have ever dreamed up. And things just kept getting worse. Miley was found guilty of drug abuse as well and had a troubled relationship with her boyfriend Liam Hemsworth. She later married him only to get divorced. Number 1. Macaulay Culkin. Culkin will forever be remembered as the Home Alone kid who got so many in stitches. He had been on the entertainment scene since the age of 4 when he appeared in several off-Broadway shows. However, his mainstream success came with the release of the Christmas movie Home Alone. Home Alone went on to become one of the highest-grossing films of that time and spurned a sequel in which he also starred. This made him the biggest child celebrity of his time. Unfortunately, he seemed to fizzle into oblivion after Home Alone as he starred in some low-rated movies. Some questionable behaviors also tarnished his once perfect reputation. In 2004, Culkin was arrested for possession of 17.3 grams of marijuana with a stash of some other controlled substances. This earned him horrible press as his reputation was further tarnished. In another vein, Culkin started performing with a Velvet Underground parody band called Pizza Underground. They performed covers of songs with lyric changes around the topic of pizza. And there you have it, the 10 famous kids who ruined their careers. Did we miss out on anyone? Let us know in the comments. To get more content like this, hit the like button, subscribe, and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.